Alright, so here's another episode where we talk about Penrith. There's upcoming October 3rd launching preview. Then most likely going to launch on October 18th. So this is the first few projects. In fact, we have kind of 6 different projects. So if you are keen to kind of for us to deep dive into your specific budget, specific situation, in terms of specific unit time on the project, of course, you can contact us here at home quarters. I have a bit of the WhatsApp details right here. Okay, so like what the title suggests, will Penrith, being in close proximity to Commonwealth Towers, Stirling Residence, and Queen's Peak, will they perform as well? This is what we are diving in today. This is very early preview, because we don't have a lot of that starting price. Even though I managed to get the floor plan, which is just approved only a few days ago on the 17th of September. So we'll be sharing in this video itself. And in this video itself, I also will be sharing why I will not go ahead and purchase this condo, and also why I will purchase this condo, and a little bit zooming in and out of the master plan, in terms of landed property plan, in terms of a little bit of price prediction of what it's gonna be. There's a lot to cover here. So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so if let's say you guys are looking at this area or looking to purchase a next property, of course, it's definitely in current property market, it is gonna be a $1 million decision right there. So before you make any $1 million decision, you like a second opinion or first opinion on it, go ahead. This is my WhatsApp that you can contact me at. I'll do it a bit bigger. Okay, go ahead, take your phone. I think camera straight away you can just screen capture kind of this and then the QR code. I think we are quite familiar with QR code considering that we live past that COVID-19 phase. All right, so my name is Casey from Home Quarters. If you have just joined us as a new subscriber, a new audience, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell icon, where down the road I will be creating more project analysis videos such as this. And of course, if you are interested in a few other video, I think my previous one was Faber Residence. If you are keen, go ahead and take a look. Okay, in our channel here, I think I'll be making more content such as project analysis, because I heard some of my friends, family, and also some of clients, they do like this sort of content. Okay, let's play around. If let's say you do want me to kind of do some other content that you are interested in, go leave it in the comment field down below. All right, so first up, what is Penrith, right? So this is a direct copy from the Hyper team here at my current agency, right? The most anticipated launch at Margaret Drive itself. In fact, Margaret Drive, the last time a new launch come out is Stirling Residence. I remember that time 2018, right? So that is on the verge when the new kind of additional buyer stamp duty. I think from 7%, they're gonna go up to 12%. So additional buyer stamp duty for second time kind of investor, right? So that has caused an onslaught of a lot of queuing up in terms of a main tree project. I remember is Park Colonial, I think Riverfront, and also in Margaret Drive here itself, in Queenstown itself, we have the Stirling Residence. I was there at Stirling Residence helping one of my clients purchase. It is not through ballot. If you think that ballot is very exciting, in fact, that Stirling Resident launch was through queuing up. So whoever reached first can start the queue, and then they could purchase. So I worked till I think about 1 a.m. Some of my colleagues worked until 2, 3 a.m. I heard so like that. All right, anyway, so I repeat again, target preview is on 3rd of October. Targeted launch is on 18th of October, generally about 2 weeks. As usual, 2 weekends for you guys to go take a look, right? So a prestigious collaboration between Hong Leong Holding, right, and also Guacoland. Rare launch in a mature Queenstown asset. Like I mentioned, the last time we launched was 2018. Stirling Residence. It's been about 7, 8 years time already since it has been launched. Nesta means the most coveted $1 million HDB enclave. Fun fact, I think I'll share it here. Queenstown is not a new estate, but because of the fact that they have done a renewal. So I think some of the older agents, they will call them a satellite town. So they kind of have rejuvenate the place. It's an old mature estate. So you can see very old HDB along, right, Stirling Road area. We have very old one. In fact, I think you could also find kind of landed HDB in that sense. So very old one. We also have the renew kind where it's kind of like 15-year-old, 20-year-old, right? And then we have the newer Dawson, right? So in fact, you have gone through 3 different phases in terms of the private residence. More and more so in the private residence wise, we have the older Queens. We're gonna come by on Margaret View, the newest one. Of course, that's not super near to the MRT station. That's why on the header itself, I talk about Commonwealth Towers. We talk about Queen's Peak. We talk about your Stirling residence as well. All right, 3 minute walks away from the Queenstown MRT station. Within minutes drive to the Central Business District, Buona Vista Tech Hub and Orchard Road. Why they put this is where your tenant profile will be. Most likely it's going to be your CBD area workers, your Buona Vista Tech Hub, your Metropolis, Biopolis, etc., Mediopolis area, right? And also whoever working in the Orchard Road. Right, 2 tall iconic tower. Most of the development there, right, are iconic tall tower because they are able to build up very high, and because of the fact that at the back or the front of this project, you have a very nice view per se. By the back, we'll see a little bit more of the Google Earth image later on as we come by. Huh? Okay, so 40 stories, 462 units in total. We also have an early child care center. I think means is convenience wise, a lot of the project either will have this early childcare center, or when they bid for the land, the URA actually tell them that you have to have this early childcare center because anytime a new towers come in, similar as new HDB to come in, they also will need to have childcare because a lot of time newer development, new project, right? New family will come in. When new family come in, usually they start, having kids, etc. So they do need infrastructure such as the very early on stage one, which is our early childcare center in that phase. All right, so go ahead and scan if you need a free property discussion. Let's move on to the fact sheet itself. A developer is Hong Leong plus Guaco Land, right? So 2 towers, 70 and 72 Margaret Drive. The Margaret Drive itself is the more scenic one because later on in Google, we'll see a low rise in front of there, District 3. So 99 years from your November 2024, right? 1st April, you got blah, blah, blah. But again, because very, very tall tower, expect it to hand over closer to the handover date. Usually, if it's low rise, most likely they will hand over a bit earlier, but because it's high rise, it takes some time, and technology, building, it takes some time because it's a very, very tall building, yeah? All right, vacant possession means that we should expect, you got so many dates, we should expect the day of handover to be 2029. In fact, today, it's a few years only. So usually they like to develop it overpromise, but let's take this as a gauge. 2029, you should be able to move into your own home, considering that right now 2025 already. All right. So and 2030 is just 5 years later. So guys, if let's say you have that misconception that 2030 is gonna be very, very far away, it's not gonna be. It's just 5 years down the road. And if you are in tune with a lot of the findings, a lot of research people have done. In fact, previously I read that by 2030, average Singapore a private property market is going to be average, it's going to be $3,000 per square feet. And today, we are still considering 2009, 2000, 2001 is expensive. So average next time is going to be 3,000. Okay? So the site area is big, but not super big, right? As usual, same as your development, your recent development over there is going to be similar size. Okay, nice that they have 500 square meter of early childhood development center. I think this is quite sizable. I think this is a very welcome move by the residents over here. All right, 2 towers, 40-story each. You got basement car park, 2 level of multi-story car park. 462 unit, like I mentioned. This is not one-to-one parking. If you calculate itself, 376 divided by 462 is about 81%, right? So 81% car park. I think it's enough. A lot of times the smaller unit, because of the convenience of the location, they don't need the car park anymore. Okay, ADDP, your branded architect, right? CIS, your project interior designer, Lian Beng. all very famous and all you should be able to get a quality of fittings, right? And also building, right, up to spec. All right, next, let's talk about the site plan itself. Right, this is Margaret Drive. This is where towards your GCB location, your lower rise development. Behind is where you walk towards your Queenstown MRT station. Right, so very typical, two towers. Right, so north facing here and south facing at the back. So we do have west and east, but because very little windows are on this front, you don't really get that western sun, neither do you get a lot of your morning sun here as well. So very logical way to place this. And of course, half of the unit inside the towers faces the interior, your pool view facing unit. And this is the nicer facing unit with a good setback here between your towers and also your HDB. That is the reason why you see the 2-bedder and the smaller 3-bedder are all set over on this side. This is the less premium side. The more premium side, your 4-bedder, your big 4-bedder are over here. Of course, in between, you also have a 2-bedder. I guess don't waste the space, just squeeze in a 2-bedder. So the rest of the unit also still have good view, considering that it's the internal facing pool view area. Okay, so 13 is where your early childhood is. You can come in, go to the early childhood, then you kind of won't disturb the rest of your the residents. Now residents go in from here, underground car park downstairs. Okay, so here we have a full-size tennis court. Sometimes it will be converted into pickleball court, multi-purpose court area, etc., etc. I like that it's a very lifestyle sort of pool, long enough for you to still do your exercise. And at the side, we have your function room. Full facility is what we agent like to call it. Okay, next. Okay, so here we have a Google Earth image. Let me zoom in a little bit more so they can crop out my face. So where we are at, you can see the church. Church is just right opposite the land plot itself. The land plot itself is where I am highlighting the red plot. Okay, so here we have Queenstown Primary School, which is your 1 km primary school in here because literally it's just next door to it. So you can see that this is very tall, all very tall block here as well. It's just that Google Earth didn't capture it. Okay, this is where the MRT, Queenstown MRT station is, very tall block over here. So that is the reason why the developer, very smart of them to go see it front and back. The front, like I mentioned, is where your GCB location is, and then the back you'll be blocked by all these blocks. So less premium facing, right? So this is your HDB block, whatever facing at the back, which is the non-Margaret Drive facing one, you'll be looking at all this. So you're buying for stay, you love the view, you want the view. So I would kind of advise you to buy the front facing ones, right? So there is only 4 facing here, 3 facing here, either pool view facing, meaning that it's block to block, or the Margaret Drive facing, which is your GCB location, or the back facing, which is towards your buildings, right? So hopefully, if let's say view is very important to you, go ahead and purchase this. We don't have 3-bedder facing this view, only 2-bedder and the 4-bedder. If let's say you are buying for investment, I think the more affordable unit should be the 3-bedder facing the back here. Okay. Next, so this is the elevation chart. Let it load a little bit. So we got same unit. There's no variation. So easier for an agent like us to go ahead and sell. The whole stack is the same layout wise. Okay. So very interesting. 2 blocks. The blocks are a mixture of your 2-bedder, 3-bedder, and 4-bedder. I think it will create a very good community in this sense. Alright, so this is Unimix. I think this is more or less confirmed already. You start with your 2-bed, 1 bath. There's no 1-bedder. So nowadays, I think 1-bedder no longer in trend. Anyway, there's a lot of 1-bedder thereabout. So start with your 2-bed, 1 bath, 2-bed, 2 bath. Right? Then after that, your 3-bed, 2 bath, 2 3-bed, 2 bath. It's got A, B, C, D. So even though this is still 3-bed, 2 bath, these are additional with your WC. So I always like to call them the 3-bed, 3 bath. Huh? So that's why here we added your yard plus WC. Okay, so 3-bed, 2 bath got 2, 3-bed, 3 bath got 2. That's why we have 4 different layouts. So here we got the smaller 4-bedder and the bigger 4-bedder here as well, all with your yard and WC. So this 4-bed, 3 bath, this 4-bed, 4 bath. Okay, so I'm going to pause here a little bit. This is harmonized size. So for people that Have you just jump in and then you see that, how come your 3-bedder is 700 plus square feet, 800 plus square feet? Is it livable? This does not include your space for like AC, or if let's say there is a double volume, they don't take into account in that. So in fact, your 700 plus is in last time terms is 800 plus square feet. Your 800 plus is 900 plus square feet. Your 900 plus is already 1,000 plus square feet in this sense. Okay, your 1066 is probably 1,001, 1,002 in last time's value. All right, so premium developer, Guaco and Hong Leong, they develop a lot. So they're no strangers to Singapore's real estate scene. They know what the authority wants. They know what the market wants. And they have a certain reputation and to uphold. So I don't think there's an issue. I don't think there'll be any issue, right, in terms of the handover, in terms of the defects, in terms of getting stuck in the authority front as well. Okay, so I think a lot of people are staying in here to hear why I will not buy Penrith. Number one, it is the last plot there. Most likely it's going to be last plot there. So there is first mover advantage, and then there's last mover premium, right? So this is a new launch. New launch as a premium together with the harmonization is gonna, even the price itself, later we can take a look. The land price itself is already break-even price, going to cross the 2,000 square feet mark. I remember that time when development in here, the land sold for $1 billion is a big deal. But right now, with almost a lot of their HDBs already crossing that 1 million, in fact, not $1.1 million, it's crossing $1.3 million, $1.4 million, right? Your condo there is gonna be definitely more expensive. That comes with a new launch premium versus there is multiple resale nearby, and the attribute is quite similar. In fact, if you're talking about affordable option, you can still find, say, 1,400, 1,500 per square feet at Queens, with 9 years project, it's just right next to the Queenstown MRT station. If you're talking about the big three, in fact, the big four, but Margaret View, I kind of don't cluster it together because it's not near to the MRT station. We talk about Commonwealth Towers, you got Stirling Residence, and Queen's Peak. These are the big three launches there that resale prices later will take a look. Then definitely there are a differential in terms of the premium that you need to pay for a brand new 99 years leasehold property. Right, number two, there's school adjacency, right? A fancy words for there's not much school in terms of the 1 km and 2 km. So the 1 km only have your Commonwealth, your next door primary school, Commonwealth Primary School. So this is Commonwealth Primary School or is Queenstown Primary School? Let me see. Yes, we have Queenstown, sorry, not Commonwealth Primary School. Queenstown Primary School. So 1 km away, we only have Queenstown Primary School, and people are buying in because of the school adjacency. Probably this will not be something I buy. Okay, last is a last mover high price I mentioned in the first point here as well. We'll talk about first mover advantage. Here, being a last mover, you're gonna be priced above all the other resale in this region. Of course, your advantage is that you are in terms of the years, you are the newest 99 years leasehold property. In terms of surrounding, is generally all 99 years leasehold property. All right. Okay, so just like I mentioned, school within the vicinity, 1 km only Queenstown Primary School. A school within 1 to 2 km away, which is not super important because the advantage of your priority in terms of going in is no longer you no longer have between that 1 to 2 km away. Your Alexandra Primary School, your Gunning Sing Primary School, your Newtown Primary School. Notable school, but not like, say, very, very firstly, it's not very close to you. Number two is that it's not like top 10 kind of school in Singapore. Okay. All right. Next, we talk about master plan. Okay, master plan, surrounding master plan. We are talking about it because it's square. When I screenshot, it's going to be square. So let me zoom in. All right. So this is the plot of Penrith. All right. So in front wise, we have your GCB location. Very, very good view. Almost your 27-degree view in that sense. Here with your HDB, your HDB, mailing HDB here. Well, mailing HDB is a little bit lower rise, but here is more higher rise as well. So low floor unit, your distance between these two is okay, but I wouldn't say is too much, considering that there's a park connector network here. So for somebody that you would love to go jogging, running, cycling, take a pet out, I think this is a good infrastructure in place already, your park connector network. right? So this is your previous Commonwealth Towers, your Queen's Peak, your Stirling residence. These are all previous launches here, nearer to the MRT station. Not too far, right? So this Queen's Peak is here. You just come in. I think there is a place where you can cut in from here, right? So really still walking distance away, not too far away. Okay, so surrounding area, you are one of the few condo that is surrounded by your HDB. Good thing, bad thing. Pros is that you have many of your $1 million HDB that can kind of upgrade into here. So no change in lifestyle, no change in primary school. If let's say they are already enrolled in a certain primary school, your routine is already set already. So they can kind of move from here to here. They can move from here to here. So $1.4 million, they have flush you enough with cash to purchase your 3-bedder or even your 4-bedder over here. Alternatively, if let's say they choose to stay on, right, they probably save up enough money across the 5, 8, or 10 years of staying in the HDB, and they could possibly buy an investment unit 2-bedder here. I am already guessing a lot of all these occupier, all right, or dwellers, right, home dwellers in the Queenstown area will already be starting to be interested. Hey, what is this development? They're gonna take a look at the show flat itself. Unless they have not obtained their MOP, then they cannot buy. Then maybe it will become your resale buyer per se. Okay, so this is the surrounding area. So just want you to take a look. So pro is that you got a lot of HDB upgrader. What's the con? Con is that you are only a few private development, right, around the HDB estate. Some people will feel that it's not so premium, not so atas because we are surrounded by your HDB. But not forgetting, this is your cream of the crop, your GCB location, your conserved residential area right in front. So this will most likely always be low rise. You got a lot of greeneries over there as well. Oh, another pros I want to take for you to take note is that since you are surrounded by a lot of your HDB, a lot of times, right, our government, when they put in amenities, right, infrastructure in place, they put in around it near to the HDB estate because they serve a lot more people per se. Meaning that if you're new to this location, if you're old to this location, I know you say, right, there's a lot of eateries, a lot of food places, a lot of kopitiam, your marts and stuff like that, your hardware store, all around supermarket, etc., all around, even your wet market is all around. But of course, you're new here, not to worry that you will not have your daily amenities surrounding this place. There are multiple around near to the MRT station, in and along Strathmore Margaret Drive area here as well. Okay? And I'm guessing it's gonna have more and more as we come along. Okay, let's look at the master plan itself. This is the latest master plan that is kind of still in discussion per se, 2024. The last one is 2019. Every 5 years they will change, right? So this plot 4.2 means that you're gonna have very, very tall blocks. So we can see that right in front, right, is all your, kind of like I mentioned, your conserved residential area is gonna be very low rise in front. Right, so right in front, we already have a place of worship, which is the church. Right in front here, we most likely gonna have education. But considering that we already have a Queenstown primary school here, so most likely here, in my opinion, will probably not be another primary school. Maybe secondary school, maybe international school, but I doubt it. Right, so if you are looking at future prediction, what is it going to be? So this has all been built already. So this is upcoming next. All right. So like I mentioned, your Alexandra Canal, which is where your park connector network is also. Okay. Just take some time to appreciate the master plan around here. Like I mentioned previously, a lot of all your land is still out here. Okay. We compare. Okay. So you can see that still a lot of your GCB location, a lot of your HDB around here. These are all built. This is all built up here as well. So a lot of people enjoy the fact that sometimes it's the last plot. You will not be kind of dealing with a lot of construction noise, construction dust as well. So this is one advantage, right? It could be said to be an advantage here. Okay, so as compared to your site plan over here. Okay, so most of it, in fact, almost all of it is built up already. All right. So we talk about the one map area, right? So this is all going to be conserved very near. Your MRT location is here. Your $1 million HDB, even though they are all here. Okay. Yeah, park connector network go down. Okay. So if you zoom out, you can actually see Orchard. This is why I want to show you this. Right. Okay, so notwithstanding this, not just in the Dawson area, not just in the Queenstown area, surrounding, is there any other potential buyer in that region? So you can see that, firstly, right sizing, maybe, right? A lot of all your landed property right sizer at a certain age, they want to be possibly closer to your transport node, possibly closer to where they are used to shopping already. So I can see that a lot of all this, all right, landed property owners, they might also be right sizing when the time comes that will become your resale buyer. But most of the time, in my opinion, will still be all your land HDB MOP dweller upgrader that will be upgrading to this space. So zooming out, you still see a lot of your landed property owners. Maybe the landed property owners for the children, they don't want to stay in the landed, or they don't want to start off with a landed, they want to buy in a condo still close to their parents. They might be looking at some of the condo nearer to the Queenstown MRT station. Okay. Next, like I mentioned, in terms of the rental location, your Reedy Park, your Chatsworth Park, your Redoubt Park here as well. There's a smaller envelope of your bungalow just opposite side of your Queenstown MRT. So these are your possibly your right sizer or your second generation landed property owners, children that might be considering nearby. All right, so this is I draw this out. I also put this in the last presentation, Faber residence. So you can see that the blue line is your core central region line, right? So your yellow line is your RCR, where we are, the rest of central region here. And your red line is your outside central region. So you can see that the gap, right? There is certainly a sort of a gap here. So now you can see that with newer launches, right, the new sale is averaging that 2007 mark, right, across the entire rest of central region. So if you are able to come in here below the average mark, I think will be quite interesting. It can definitely start to consider if, let's say, the developer is going to be launching averagely going to be below this mark, which is what I heard that most probably they'll be launching that 26, 27, maybe 28 kind of point. Later, I have a price prediction of where they're going to launch alongside the absolute price that they're going to start at. Then we'll take a look there itself. All right. After saying the pros, the cons, why family will not buy, why I will not buy, these are some three reasons why I will buy Penrith Resale. Number one, in terms of own stay, in terms of convenience, I think this is a condo that is hard to beat. Walking distance to MRT station, if I'm not wrong, should be fully sheltered. You have your mature amenities, like I mentioned, your kopitiam, your hawker center, your food court. Driving anywhere is very, very convenient. Your first major Queenstown new launch in years. There's a lot of pent-up upgraded demand, limited fresh stock nearby, and if you are able to grab it at the launch, right, I think we're waiting about 4 years later, right, there will definitely be an upside. So same thing as a lot of people are demanding your Queenstown MRT nearby HDB, whatever they have bought in and the seller has sold, HDB seller has sold to them, they need to upgrade. They either upgrade out of Queenstown, but because of the fact that Queenstown is so convenient, a lot of people are very difficult for them to move out of Queenstown, right? So if they want to still stay in Queenstown, they will want to kind of purchase a condo around there. Right, number three, that's number two is for investor per se. Number three, tenant catchment area. Right, 1 to 2 stop away from Buona Vista MRT station where your One North, your Metropolis, Biopolis, Mediopolis is. Short ride to the One North region where a lot of our hospital, right, our national, NUS, NH, national hospital kind of group is around there, right? It's good for rental. And if let's say you you yourself stay there or if ever, I don't work there, but I can see why a lot of people will be looking to purchase in this because of the convenience. That's the reason why a lot of people are willing to shell out $1 million, $1.3 million, $1.4 million just to buy into Dawson itself. Okay, so in terms of investment, a lot of tenants nearby. I don't think there's a issue. Um, I want to kind of caveat this because if let's say you were to purchase this and to rent it out at TOP, probably because of the 40-story 2-tower, you have a lot of unit vying for the same tenant. You probably get a kind of lousy rental at the start, but slowly after that, I think there is no issue, no problem getting tenants into this space. In fact, I have rented out several units around that region. No issue. It's just pricing, right? And also tenant profile. A lot of time, these two is what stop people from getting. A lot of tenants are still looking to come into that Queenstown region. All right, now let's talk about price break even, right? So these are break even. I grabbed this from HProp. Thank you HProp for providing the data, right? So Microdrive GLS, right? They have purchased the highest bid being this amount. Not so important to us. What is important is this price. So they have predicted that the break-even price is going to be $2,000.26 per square feet. This is on average. But if let's say you're talking about a 15% profit margin, a 20% profit margin, and 25% profit margin, it's going to be 2003, 2004, or 2005. This is your very minimum margin, right? But will Hong Leong and Guacoland actually launch at this price? I doubt that. Why I doubt that? Later on we'll take a look, right? Because of resale price. Right, so A, B, and C is your condo in that region. I don't in this chart I don't consider Queen's Condo per se because Queen's Condo is quite old already, so it's not an apple to apple comparison. So here is where Penrith is gonna be, right? So we're gonna compare A, B, and C development. So what is A, B, and C? You might ask. A is Queen's Peak, B is Commonwealth Tower, and C is Stirling Residence. These are big three that I'll be considering today, right? Very young, 2020, 2017, and 2022, right? The number of units, even though it's much more than what Penrith has at 400 plus unit, I think is still a good comparison here as well. All right. Okay, so these are your prices. Queen's Peak. Okay, so here we have Queen's Peak, your Commonwealth Tower, and your Stirling Residence. In terms of your average per square feet, is quite close to each other, right? 2,002, 2,190, with the average highest being Stirling Residence because it's a very, very tall tower. That's why I pulled the average price up itself. If not, I would say that if let's say you're talking about $2,300 resale, Stirling Residence Tenure completion is at 2022, which is the youngest right now. At 2024, most likely 2029 is going to be completed. They make no sense for them to kind of give you at this price, 2003, which is same as what the resale is getting. I'm guessing closer to that 2.5 to 2.6 mark is where the developer sweet spot is to still attract a lot of buyers to come in and purchase to see, while we'll still pad a lot of their margin wise. But you also must consider, because it's not short block, it actually take more money to actually build up a long block, a taller block here per se. Okay, so their actual margin most likely, or their actual break even might be even higher than this. Okay, so that's the reason they will not sell you cheaper. Okay, coming back to the same site plan here. Before we dive into your unit analysis. Okay, so this is a site plan. Okay, so here we have your 2-bedroom. So you can see that I've looked through all the floor plans for your 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and 4-bedroom. I think this development is very efficient in that space, right? Whether or not your own stay, whether or not you are buying it for investment, this layout are very, very ideal for both cases, because tenant-wise, they will like the livability of that sense, and not a lot of wasted space so that investors are buying floor area that they kind of won't use, or when they sell it away, they kind of won't use. I will quickly go through, if not this entire video is going to be very long. I will just pick up one or two good points that I think they have in terms of their bedroom type and also in terms of their layout. Okay, number two, this is your two-bedroom. The first two-bedroom, 614 square feet. 614 square feet itself. You got two normal bedroom with a master bath. This is a Jack and Jill, very common per se. A very short walkway because of the way that they are positioning this two-bed, one bath here. Some people will call this a bit of wasted space. I think this is still needed so that you don't walk into the kitchen itself. Some people don't like to walk into the kitchen for feng shui reason. Still good enough for a small family of 2 or 3 that still kind of want to have another room for your study area, for your work from home space, good size balcony. This will not be included inside your space wise. All right. So in my opinion, this is the most effective two-bedroom that you can have. Let's move next to a two-bed, 678 square feet. This is your very popular dumbbell layout. So why is it dumbbell? You have look like a dumbbell, right? So 2 weights on that side and also the middle handle. Dumbbell layout design, essentially you have 2 master bedroom per se. So this is 2 master bedroom. In between you have your living area, good distance, good balcony space. Most likely this is going to be covered. You can cover using your zip track over here to kind of extend out your living area to be bigger than what they are right now. Area tucked at the corner, dining area tucked at the corner, and also kind of semi-closed kitchen area so that when you are at the living or the dining, you cannot see into the kitchen. When you are kitchen, you won't kind of see into that. You cannot close it up because there is no window. But I think a lot of people do like this sort of layout as opposed to the open concept kitchen that normally most two-bedroom have. Okay. Again, like I mentioned, for some people like feng shui reason, they don't like to walk into the kitchen itself. You have a little bit of foyer for you to put in your shoe, your chairs, and also your shoe rack. All right, next, your 3-bedroom. In fact, I think the developer really shine in terms of their 3-bedroom. So this is the smaller 3-bedroom available, 786 square feet. This is a 3-bed 2-bath. You can see that the kitchen itself, usually 3-bed 2-bath, you don't have that window at the side, meaning that your cooker hob is gonna be electric stove. Most likely, in my opinion, this is gonna be a gas stove. Gas stove, some people like to say it's wok head and it's very good, etc. But in my opinion, right, if let's say you really are purchasing a 3-bedder, you most likely is one day gonna be cooking at home. Children is gonna need to eat at home, etc., etc. Or you just want to whip out a small feast for your family and friends gathering. You kind of like to have that fire stove, right? So this is very efficient, and you can close up this kitchen to be a closed kitchen concept. You have your foyer, small foyer area, got a good enough dining area. You can put in your 6-seater or a small round table, good size living area, a good enough balcony. This is what we call a portrait layout design, very popular in right now because of space constraint. All bedrooms can put in at least a queen size bed, with the master bedroom being able to put in a king size bed. All of this, in my opinion, is gonna be full length window. So the view is gonna be very beautiful even for the smaller size 3-bedder over here. And another welcome thing to see is that all your bathroom for even the smallest 3-bedroom already have that window. So really this is a win for people that are upgrading, they are looking at one of the more affordable 3-bedroom, which in that sense is that they're very comfortable, because if they're upgrading for a 4-room HDB flat, it's gonna be a similar layout as this layout, 786 square feet 3-bedroom over here at 3A. Okay, brilliant. So I think this is gonna be very popular for resale HDB upgrader. In fact, right now I think a lot of HDB upgrader, if they are going into the show flat, they'll be looking at this. Not many available. If you are keen, contact us to really see how we're gonna help you have a heads up in terms of the ballot. How can we kind of choose the correct facing if you're an investor, so that you can exit with the most amount of profit inside your pocket. But you are looking to buy it for own stay, we also don't want you to buy it too expensive. We really have a cutoff point whereby we'll tell you, okay, at this point it's really you buy because you song. You buy because you really like the view, etc. We really have a cutoff point to tell you that, okay, if really after about 10 years after living in it, you kind of want to exit at a good profit, this is the price that we will advise you to stop already. So you probably have to, unless you really need to stay in that location in Queenstown. Okay, next, this is the bigger NR50 square feet. 3-bed, 2-bath here. A little bit of difference is that you have a bigger foyer area. You don't look directly into the dining and the living area here. I think this is gonna be also a big favorite here. Why? Because your kitchen area is much nicer as compared to this. Here you don't have your glass kind of window looking out. Here you have your glass, most likely it's going to be a half glass looking out of space, meaning that if you go in here, it's going to be very comfortable, you feel very comfortable. Same thing, the kitchen area have the window, all bathroom have that window over on this front. Same, all your window is going to be full length. You're going to enjoy the entire view from the outside, because either your pool view facing or your back side facing one. Okay, so in my opinion, this is gonna be very popular in terms of this size, and this layout is gonna be very popular in terms of resale, but because of the fact that it is a little bit bigger, so there's a little bit of trade-off. But of course, if let's say this and the previous one is gonna be the same price, I would recommend this rather than the other one. Okay? Same thing, all can put queen size, at least master bedroom, king size. All right, next we go into the region of that 3-bed, 3-bath. Right, quite similar to the previous one that I mentioned, but it's just that in addition to whatever that I just mentioned, you have your WC and your store. This represents a real upgrade for your HDB upgrader when they upgrade from a 4-room flat towards this unit. Why do I say so? A lot of time when they upgrade, they need upgrade in terms of space. When they do an upgrade in terms of space, and why they need upgrade in terms of space when they have such an absolute beautiful, good location, is because they come with a helper. And when it's a family of 4 with a helper, a lot of time when they are young, they can kind of occupy 1 bedroom only. When they're older, each of the kid will want to occupy their own room. Leaving the helper have nowhere to stay, then the helper will kind of resort to staying in this way. You can see white wall. White wall means that most likely this can be hanged down if you want to. You can either put in a door here to kind of do a study space if let's say you have no helper, and kind of like leave the door here per se, or like what the developer has done, just put in a door here with your single size bed with a wardrobe over here for your helper to stay in, and just right outside the helper's utility storeroom here, you have your WC. Then kind of separate out the main living quarters and your helper's living quarter. I think a helper will quite like it. I've talked to a few helpers, they quite like this sort of layout, because why? And after nightfall, when they're done with their work, they can kind of be here, watch their TikTok, their Instagram or Facebook, etc., talk to their family and not disturb the rest of their family over here. All right. Next, the more premium one, as you can see that it is quite similar. Then where did the premium come from? The premium actually come from the master bedroom itself. So you can see outside is quite similar to what we have discussed. In addition, we have your walk-in wardrobe here per se. Okay, so quite simple. Your 4-bedder. 4-bedder, in fact, this 4-bedder is 1 more bedroom on top of whatever that I have just shown you with the walk-in wardrobe, and you just have additional of another bedroom over here. Also, if I'm not wrong, another full-length window here. So all your views here is gonna be superb for people who needed that 4th bedroom. But this 4th bedroom only still come with 2 bathrooms. So not super ideal per se, but if you really have a big family and a budget constraint and you needed a 4th bedroom, this is the 4th bedroom for you. But if you are not that budget constraint and you really want to have a very comfortable 4th bedroom, I think this is a very comfortable 4th bedroom. Because why? Your main master bedroom has the master bath, your 2 bedrooms share a bathroom, and your kind of junior master bedroom space have their own bathroom. This is very comfortable for really 4 different, you got 3 kids, you got your father, mother, or you have your in-laws staying with you, your parents staying with you. This is going to be very useful here per se with a helper. Okay, so that's it. In terms of price projection, this is what a lot of people come here to see. On what price it's going to be. I like to do like pre-launch because there is no price and no pressure. Again, before I go dive into the price projection, this is all my own guess. So don't quote me there. This is your price prediction all the way from $2,400 all the way to $3,001, because it's very top block. In my opinion, it's gonna hit cross that $3,000 mark. All this a grey color out one is most likely is not gonna be realized on the actual day itself. I think that with the white color one, it's gonna be the prices that will come up during the ballot itself. So the bigger unit, more hopefully they will kind of come in here. In my opinion, probably the lower floor unit, they might launch around here. But if not, 2.5, 2.6 is by the bigger 3-bedder, the 4-bedder will be starting from. In fact, if I feel that if let's say you are able to get the 3-bedder around this price, it is really a win, even at $2,000 per square feet. You are looking at quantum wise per se, 2001, 2002 is really a very good start price for the 3-bedder, even at a lower floor or lower middle floor per se, right? Most likely your 2-bedder is gonna hit around that 3,000 mark per se, which is quite in line. In fact, I think 3,002 might also be had, right? So about 2 million, 1 million per bedroom with that toilet being $150,000. It should hit maybe more than that $3,100 mark. Okay, so this is my opinion. Take your opinion of salt. Okay, so next, this last point, repeat this project update here, 3rd October, 18th October here. Now a lot of things are not been finalized in here. In fact, I think even the site plan, right? So you can see that the site plan here itself is only accurate as of 17th September. Whatever I've seen, very updated one, I already show you guys, right? So if you want to go ahead to deep dive further in terms of your budget, in terms of your project time horizon, in terms of what you want to achieve using real estate, using property, or you need to sell, you need to buy. Can you sell? Must you sell? Is it the right time to sell your property? This is go ahead to scan this QR code. Let's talk further. Right? So there are 6 other new launches that are upcoming after your typical 7-month period over here. You got Sky at Holland, Penrith, we are talking about today. Favorite resident, we just chat about it I think a few weeks ago. Zion Grand, the Sand as well as a Coastal Cabana EC. That one is later on in the November region. So if you want to have a comparison between all these 5, because maybe you are buying for investment, you don't really care which location you're at, or you're buying for own stay and you really care whether or not the home that you're buying will it make money 4, 5, 6, 10 years later on. Let's sit down, let's take a look at your budget, let's look at your situation, and also take a look at your objective and your aspiration before you can make a good decision on whether or not each of these development is suitable for you. All right, so that's it here. Okay, in between, I really hope that you are getting sort of value in this. Go ahead to like us, comment. If you want to chat with us, I read every single comment in here. Turn on the notification bell icon. Subscribe to us so that you'll be notified every time we have a project review, project analysis such as this. In terms of YouTube itself, we are unable to, or at least I am unable to say a lot more controversial, more in-depth things. Really, we got to do this either through text or either through a meetup so that I can understand where you're coming from, your budget, etc., etc., so that we can actually give you a customized plan that can solve your problem and can help you achieve the objective that you set out to achieve right in the future. Very good. I think a lot of clients have actually started contacting us from our YouTube when they saw a video like Faber Residence, etc., etc. Right, keep it coming. I think we are still good. Right now, 7 months, we got a bit more time to cater to all your inquiry, to cater to all your questions, to meet up with you one-to-one, really to understand you so that we can help you buy into a development, buy into a location whereby there's a good probability that increase in value in the future. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. This is Penrith. If you have any question, go ahead to comment down below. If you kind of want to talk to us one-on-one or talk to my team one-to-one, go ahead to scan this QR code over here. All right, so if not, thank you so much, everybody. Bye.